RoboPapa.
Hey YouTubers, RoboPapa here. Today's tutorial I'm going to show you a quick demo on how to install OpenCV on your Raspberry Pi and then running a small program that initializes the camera that I have connected to the USB and just showing the capturing image from it. So let's get started. First thing as always, you want to run the update and the upgrade in the Raspberry Pi before you're starting anything. So to do that, we'll just do sudo apt-get update, which will run a little bit, and then after that, when it's done getting all the packages, we'll run the upgrade just to make sure that we basically up to date with the installation. Probably a couple more minutes and it will finish. After that, there will be a couple of dependencies that we will need to run, and I will post those dependencies on my website, which is www.robopapa.com, where you will be able to find some of my 3D printing over there, my YouTube channel links as well, and some tools that I created, and one of them will be how to install that OpenCV. So alright, so now it's finished doing the update, and we'll do the same thing with the upgrade. Alright, so we finished doing the update and the upgrade. So now we're going to install some dependencies, and I'll copy paste that way you don't need to see me typing a bunch of libraries. And once again, I will post that on my website. And as you can see, I have it already installed. I installed that prior to this video. That's why it says that it's new, or that I have the newest version. And similar thing will be with this one. But for you guys, you probably will not have all of those, and it will actually update all the dependencies. So now we can go and basically install the OpenCV, or at least download that. So what the first thing you want to do is you want to go to opencv.org downloads.html, and you want to download the latest version that it's a release, and at the time of the video it's 2.4.9, and we want to download the Linux. But because we're dealing with a Raspberry Pi, really what you want to do is copy the address, and then on the command line, which by the way I'm using POTI to SSH to the Raspberry Pi, you want to copy that link and do wget and then paste that link and give it like a name, OpenCV let's see, dash 2.4.9. That's it. So it's basically connecting and it's downloading that file. Right, so it's downloaded the file, which is over here. Interestingly, it didn't rename it, so we'll use the mv download and we will name it OpenCV -2.4.9.zip, and that's basically, we'll just rename it to a zip file. So now we'll use the unzip command to basically unzip this file. So now that it's finished unzipping it, you'll see a folder with the same name as the zip file. So we'll go there, and over here you will have all the files that you need, but we still need to compile everything. So what we'll do, let's create a folder named release, and we'll go inside that folder, and we will use the command cmake to basically generate our configs, and you probably will start oops, I had it wrong. cmake dot. So you probably will have it empty, just like over here. So what you want to do is press C to config, and it will output basically a bunch of configurations that you can have, and it's depending on up to you what you want or don't want to set up. I will post it again with the links or the packages that I showed you before, the dependencies, how to install them. I'll post on my website also the configurations that I installed the OpenCV with. It will take a while, so I'll fast forward that for you guys. Alright, so those are the settings that you can actually set up, turning on and off, like libpng for example. You'll probably want to turn it on, etc. But I will post you guys what I set up on my own installation. When you're done setting it up, turning on and off different fields, you want to click C to configure, which it will configure like everything that needs to be built. Alright, now that it's finished, you're clicking G to generate and exit, which basically will generate like all the make file and everything that it needs to build. Right, and then when it's done, you will basically type make and click enter, and that process takes between 6 to 10 hours depending on your settings and what you're trying to load and everything, but normally it will take a long time, so make sure that you have that slotted. You don't have to sit next to it. I installed a couple of times, didn't see it fail, at all. When that one is coming back, you will do sudo make install, and that should fairly take like fairly fast. And by that you actually installed OpenCV, and that's the process for that one. So next I'll show you how to actually make a simple program that connects to a camera and then outputting the frames from the camera. So I have a camera connected to the USB, and if you'll do ls USB, you'll be able to see like everything that's connected to the USB. Mine is the PixArt imaging. So we'll try to create now the demo. So create a demo folder, we'll go there. So we'll do sudo nano, let's call it camera.c. So what you want to do is, because we're dealing with the camera, we want to include the hi GUI.h, it's supposed to be in between quotes. That's basically a library that related to OpenCV. And I'm not going to go in depth of all the libraries and the options with OpenCV over here, because that's something that can go like for a long video. OpenCV is a very nice library to connect to any image processing that you want to do, if it's tracking certain images, faces recognition, etc. And it's a very powerful library. So we'll start by opening a window, which is CV named window, and we'll give it like a name, call it demo, and we'll give it some key over here, which is the auto size. We'll tell it basically the OpenCV to auto size that, and then we'll create like a pointer of CV captured, and we'll call it capture. And the nice thing is that even if you want to upload actually a video and process that video, you can still use the CV capture. The CV capture is just like an object that related to what you want to load, and then it's operate the same way. We'll call the CV create camera capture. That's the OpenCV that we actually want to capture the camera. And then we'll create an object named frame, and that's where we're going to store each frame that comes from the camera. So we'll do while one, which basically will run in an infinite loop. And the first thing we want to do is actually capture that first frame, or F frame, on each loop. And then if we didn't get any frame, which means that it's null, we want to break, which means that either the camera was disconnected or something like that. And then what we will do is we will show that image that we're getting, and we will show it on the window that we try to open, and we tell it what we want to show, which is the frame that we just got. And then we'll try to capture a key, and we'll tell it to wait for 33 seconds, which means that every 33 seconds we will output a new frame. You can make it faster, you can make it slower as you want. I just chose 33 seconds, or sorry, 33 milliseconds, not seconds. So every 33 milliseconds it will capture a new frame and output it. And basically the key that I'm waiting to see if I want to break out of this loop is 27, which is the escape key. And when we do have the escape key, we want to release the capture, which is basically the hold on the camera. You always want to make sure that you're releasing all the memory that you're using, and we will destroy the window, which basically will close the window that we open. So that's basically the program that we actually going to do. Fairly simple, straightforward. And we'll save the changes to camera for making that little program. We need to create the cmake-list.txt, which basically tells cmake which libraries we want to include and link together with our object, which is the camera.c. So to do that, we'll just type sudo nano cmake-list.txt, and instead of you seeing me copying, or me typing, I'll just copy over here. Oops, forgot to include the C over here. So we're telling cmake what is the minimum requirement version, which is 2.8, what project we want to name it is, which is camera, and we tell it to find the OpenCV, which is required, and we're telling it which libraries to include, and then we linking together our camera object with the OpenCV libs. So we'll exit this and we'll save it. And now what you need to do is just type cmake dot sudo cmake dot and now it's basically compiling, finding all the libraries that it needs to find, and it's telling you where he wrote it. So if we look now what we have here, so here's the cmake-list.txt, which that make the cmake files and the cache, and here's the make file. So basically now we can actually type make, and that will well, I guess we had an error. Oh, sudo, we need to type sudo make because we started it as a sudo. And we still had an error. Ah, we got a typo. So sudo nano camera.c, and right over here, let's go there. So cv create camera, and you can see already that we need to return, because it's an int main, we need to return something there. We'll save it. We'll do again sudo make, hopefully, let's see. Great, so basically finish and creating the camera, and you can see over here we have the camera object. If I'll try to run it from the SSH, it will not let me because I need to use like a GUID. Sudo.camera. So you can see that cannot open and display. So I'll move now to a remote desktop that I have already linked in to my Raspberry Pi. Just a second. So there we go. So I'm logging into as a remote desktop, which I installed on the Raspberry Pi to enable it. I guess I didn't type the password correctly. Alright. So here we are in that Install OpenCV folder. And over here, if you remember, we created a release. And within the release, which I encourage you to look into it, and there's examples, etc. There should be a demo folder. Here we go. So now if we run this one, which that's our object, and we execute that, we should see a window opening up, name demo, and this is right now from my camera. So just to show you, I can move it, and every 33 milliseconds it's actually for refreshing and getting a new image. So that's basically it. That's a simple program that you can use OpenCV with, and like I said, the OpenCV is a very powerful library that you can manipulate images or videos, etc. I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. Like it, thumbs up, and subscribe if you like it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll try to answer them with my best knowledge. All right, thank you.